Okay. Trump saved the DREAM Act from both the courts and the Washington swamp. And the Dreamers should be very thankful and love Donald Trump. Donald Trump is the Dreamers' true savior. The Dreamers have to know, and anybody who knows a Dreamer, have them watch this video or just tell them. The DREAM Act, DACA, was heading for judicial disaster. At its core, it was unconstitutional. You can't make laws as president, and that's what the last president did. So in the courts, it certainly would have lost. In a constitutional court, the DREAM Act certainly would have lost. Some advisor came to Trump and explained the situation. And that guy's your savior too. We should find out who that was, but I digress. The DREAM Act was going down in flames. And then, legally, the Dreamers would have become illegal. And it was President Trump who pulled it out of that situation. It was certainly going to be a failure for everyone involved, especially the Dreamers. He did exactly what the Constitution called for and gave it over to Congress. He gave it to them to compromise on a bill and to do it in 6 months. He didn't care that they've been sitting around for years and got nothing done on the DREAM Act. Trump basically went into Congress, both the congressmen and the senators, and said, all of you listen up, both left and right sides. There's going to be a new attitude around here. One based on getting things done. You have 6 months to get the DREAM Act done. And here we are, 6 months later, and the DREAM Act is solved. All he ever has said to the Dreamers, if a Dreamer saw his speeches and his answers to questions, he only said he would treat them with love and that he loves the Dreamers. And even as it progressed into the late stages, when Schumer and Pelosi, the leaders of the left, were out there scaring the Dreamers, Trump came out and literally said, because remember, all this time he's making a deal here. So love was his code word for there's nothing to worry about. You're going to be clear. But he told the reporter flat out twice. The reporter yelled out something about scared Dreamers. And Trump turned around and said, they don't have to worry. And repeated it to the follow-up question when he answered, they have nothing to worry about. And if you saw the interview, you can tell that he meant it. He couldn't come out 6 months ago and say flat out, the Dreamers are in. Let's negotiate. He really is the greatest deal maker. Think about it. He wanted the Dreamers. And he had the Democrats at the negotiating table using something he wanted as their asset. Trump knew he was going to have to give in the art of the deal. So he didn't just take the Democrats' biggest chip off the table. He had the Democrats thinking it was something only they wanted, and they were using it. His chip, that was their bet. Let's look at this, how this really played out. Trump wanted the DREAM Act to be passed into law, end the wall, and an end to chain migration, and an end to the visa lottery system. The right wanted an end to the visa lottery system, the wall, and an end to chain migration. The left wanted the DREAM Act instituted as law. 800,000 people, we were told. What the deal that passed is going to pass looks like: the wall, end to chain migration, end to the visa lottery system, and it's actually a change to chain migration. So it's the nuclear family. So he actually didn't just end straight out the chain migration. It's still going to be the nuclear family migration, which is actually a much better thing. And the DREAM Act to come into law for 1.8 million people, and that's double what even the Democrats asked for. Trump included the Dreamers out there who were afraid to sign up, something the Democrats didn't even ask for. Here's the bottom line. Dreamers, both those who are brave enough to come out and sign up, whom Donald Trump saved from certain defeat in the courts, and those dreamers, especially those dreamers that were too afraid to sign up, whom Donald Trump saved by including this at all as his own add-on. I never even heard the left ask anything about for dreamers too afraid to sign up. It looks like the swamp was too preoccupied shutting down to think about them. We need to get this message out to dreamers. They're welcome, and they're Americans too. And guess what? It's just as hard over on this side, bro. Life is tough, but in America, if you work hard, you try hard, add something to society, your kids can have a better life than you. And that's the basic American dream. Work hard and help add to society so all of our kids can have a better future. Trump literally got everything and more than he wanted. Remember at the beginning of all this, he said he would treat dreamers with love, and at the end came flat out and told them not to worry. He got the wall, and he's already two-stepping there. Initial cost estimates for the wall were $12 to $15 billion. The mainstream media and the left boosted the cost for their own agenda-driven reasons all the way up to $20 to $23 billion. Trump is getting $25 billion for the wall and $5 billion for security upgrades. So he didn't just get the wall, but a chance to come in under budget. You have to give Trump credit. He really is playing the left for a bunch of fools. They hyped up the cost of the wall. They're going to make it look like Trump saved money by building a $12 million wall for $18 billion. Headline, Trump saves $7 billion. By the time the wall is up, Trump is going to be a fiscal conservative again. And the two big changes he wanted for legal immigration, once again, he didn't end family migration. He changed the definition to just a nuclear family, which I never even heard the left ask for. Here's the bottom line. Trump saved the DREAM Act from both the courts and the Washington swamp. The Dreamers should be very thankful and love Donald Trump back. Thank you very much. I hope this was an informative video. I know that I said it was $1 million wall before, but it's all billions. You know what I mean? $12 billion wall for $18 billion. And when it's built, the headline's going to read, Trump saves $7 billion. That's really what we know. It's incredible what he just did. He really is the best deal maker in the world. And whether you like Trump or you don't like Trump, you have to be glad he's making our deals.